There are many downsides to being tall, specifically to being a tall woman. Whether you've seen these things happen or whether you've heard of them or not is irrelevant. There are still downsides to being a tall woman. For those of you that don't know, I'm a 6 foot tall woman and I live in Manhattan. I love being 6 feet tall, but like I said, there's downsides to being tall. The biggest downside to being tall, at least in my experience being 6 feet, is people tend to be jealous. People tend to be jealous. A lot of people wish they were tall or at least a little taller and slimmer, and they just have this intense anger towards women who got the height that they did not get, with men who are 5'9" and shorter being the most hostile demographic by far. They get aggressive with us unprovoked and they tell themselves that we deserve it because we stole the hype from them. That's what they believe. A lot of people just tend to be jealous of us. Some people look at us like we're models and athletes. They think we have the same lifestyle as models and athletes. And people who think like that really do lack common sense, because do you really think somebody who works a 9 to 5 and they'll be lucky if they get a pension has the same lifestyle as a multi-millionaire celebrity just because we have similar physiques? I mean, come on. Most models are tall women. Most tall women are not models. This is not difficult to understand. So dealing with jealousy is difficult, and then it goes even further than that, because when someone who is shorter than you, when you're tall, when somebody who's shorter than you picks a fight with you, when you defend yourself, you automatically get labeled as a bully. You're automatically the aggressor. You automatically started it. Just because they're smaller than you and people instinctively see you as threatening, you are automatically the bully. And also, when somebody gets aggressive with us unprovoked and we clap back at them, sometimes they get upset because bullies tend to be sensitive. And everyone will look at us like we should have been softer with them and more gentle with them because they're smaller than us. And it's like, no, they take out their rage on us and they think that we're a punching bag. Like, no, don't be gentle with people that try to use you as a punching bag. Napoleon complex is less of a height issue and it's more of a narcissism issue. They think we stole the hype from them and we need to be punished for it. Never mind the fact that you got your hype from your parents. So there's that. So when people that are smaller than us get aggressive with us, everybody thinks it's okay. I think some people even think it's cute because they're smaller than us. It's not cute at all. Sometimes when someone who's shorter than us will pick a fight with us, they'll go and run and hide behind their friends or their significant others. And it's like everybody will gather around them and protect them and protect them and comfort them, even though they're the aggressor. Sometimes a jealous shorter person, they'll tell their friends or their significant other that we were bullying them, and everybody automatically believes it because we're tall, when the truth is that they are just downright jealous. And so to get back at us, they'll say things like that to try to get their friends or their significant others to attack us. I've had that happen many times throughout my lifetime. I've never actually been physically attacked, but I have been threatened with physical violence multiple times throughout my lifetime. Multiple times. A major downside to being tall is that people will get aggressive with you based off of things that they imagined, not based off of things that actually happened, based off of things that they imagined. So some people think that we have the lifestyles of models and athletes, when if you're not an actual model, you don't have the lifestyle of a model. You don't get the perks and the advantages that they have. The fact that you look like one is irrelevant. You don't live in the modeling world. You don't work in the same profession as them. And so your life is nothing like theirs. But people make all these assumptions about you and they'll be jealous of you based off of something that they imagined. And they'll get aggressive with you based off of something they imagined. There are some people that look at tall women like we're trying to compete with them. We're trying to challenge them. We're trying to be the center of attention. We're trying to take the spotlight off of them. None of that is true. Most of us are not like that because we get a lot of unwanted attention and we're used to people reacting negatively to us just by looking at us. So we don't purposely go looking for trouble because it's already going to come to us once the trouble sees how tall we are. And most of us never wanted to be the tallest or one of the tallest. I mean, it's just not important to us. It's not important to us. But most of us have dads that are well over 6 feet, so that's how we ended up here. I like being tall, but being the tallest is not important to me. It is not a factor to me. It's not something I care about. Another downside to being a tall woman, I often see things because I have a unique perspective. I see things that other people can't see, literally and figuratively. I can see, like, for example, I can see over everybody's head. So I can see people glaring daggers at me from a distance or making it obvious that they're talking about me. But if I point it out to my friends who are short, they will not even notice because they can't see above the crowd the way I can. So, like, literally, people can't see what we can see, which can be a little bit isolating. And then also figuratively, like aggressive short people, the way they behave towards tall people, when we explain it to other people how people with Napoleon complex behave towards us, a lot of people don't believe us because that behavior is so unbelievable. And that's the point. Like, we see things that other people don't see because we have a unique perspective. And when I explain things to people, sometimes I get lucky where they understand what I'm saying, but a lot of times I don't because other people just can't relate. So it can be a little bit isolating. There are people that will see a tall woman and say, she thinks she's better than me because she's taller than me. Well, I'll also show her. And they'll get aggressive with us unprovoked. The truth is that, and those people are exclusively shorter than us. Like, the people who get aggressive with me are exclusively 5'9" and shorter. But you saying, oh, she thinks she's better than me because she's taller than me. Well, I'll show her. But here's the thing. She doesn't even notice you exist because most people are shorter than her. She doesn't even know you're there. She doesn't even notice you exist. But like I said, Napoleon complex is less about height and more about narcissism. You have something that I want, therefore you're going to be punished for it. That's narcissism. Overall, I like being tall, but with anything else, just like with everything else on the planet, everything has its pros and cons. Leave me your thoughts and your comments below.